Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited, as always. Happy New Year to everyone here in this community. I'm about to go live to my broader community, but I have a personal message for you guys here inside the community. And that message is to be great is to be disciplined. To be great is to be disciplined. I want to talk a little bit about that. So the truth of the matter, over the last couple of days, I would say last week and a half, but over the last couple of days specifically, including yesterday, I had a boatload of people who had booked private consults with me because they wanted to go into the new year and clear on what it is that they want to do. And one of the things that came to my mind is just the discipline of greatness. So a lot of times this time of the year, people are setting goals. Lots of us are doing that. And then you get 3 months into the year and you realize, you might not even know what goal you set, right? And so the question is, to me, how is it that some people set goals and they achieve them while other people set goals or intend something and it doesn't happen? And I think it has more to do with your discipline to be great. So greatness is a discipline. It's not just a one-time decision. It's not waking up one day and deciding I want to hit a certain goal, create a certain level of freedom, start a business, become a best-selling author, create a movement, build a significant brand that creates impact. People who do significant things. And I like to feel that I've done significant things in my life. I work with a lot of women who have moved incredible mountains and done significant things in their own lives. They are disciplined. And let me talk about what they're disciplined around, because this might support you. And, I'm in great company. I'm sure that some of these things you're doing already. They're disciplined around their visibility. So what I found is that people who do great things are not hiding. They just aren't. They are seen. And so whether being seen is by their audience, the people that they serve, whether being seen means that they have some level of accountability, mentorship, a coach, or some level of accountability so that they show up consistently and they do what they say. Okay, so they're disciplined around their visibility. They're disciplined that the habits that they know will create and affect the changes that they want. They're disciplined around those things. And typically those things are not a secret. Okay. People who don't hit their goals, they don't have the discipline of visibility. So what it means is that when everyone goes away, when beyond the initial idea of hitting a goal or launching a goal, beyond that, when the emotion of it goes away, they just go away. They don't send out the letters, the pitches. They don't reach out to the customers. They don't pick up the phone. You know what I mean? They don't hit the live button if that's what they need to do. They don't do the things that need to happen to create real change. And that's why 3 months into the year, they haven't hit their goals. The discipline to be great to me also means that you are working on your inner game. So people who exceed their goals, people who succeed with their purpose, right, with the intentions that they set, they are disciplined around how they feed themselves. And what I mean by that is people who are not, don't change. Like if you want to change your life, you got to understand, you got to change you. There got to be some versions of you have to change. I see it all the time with the women that I support. If you've been charging, let's say $150, $350, $400 some dollars an hour to service your customers, and now we're moving into a model as a result of us working together where you're going to charge, $20K or $25K or $50K or more per client. You're likely going to have to work on your inner game, because if you haven't been communicating that way, if your belief systems are more aligned with not standing in your value, you're going to shudder every time you have to step into that next highest and tallest version of yourself. And it's true. So you have to have that discipline to work on your inner game, because your inner game, everything we see on the outside is everything that actually is happening on the inside. What do I mean? If you find yourself plagued with doubt, with insecurity, with imposter syndrome, that's inner game stuff. And so developing the discipline, right, to grow the inner part of you will allow you to realize and become comfortable with receiving the other pieces that you deserve. You know, it's impossible, I think, to stand in your value without inner work. It is. I promise you that it's not about doing more work. It is often about doing the right work. Discipline in your greatness also means becoming comfortable with your own agency. It's becoming comfortable with your own gifts, your own talents, your own wisdom, your own systems, your own processes, and not needing the validation from others. You don't need anyone to say, that's brilliant. That's an amazing idea. You know that it is. And you recognize that the reason that you've been blessed the way that you have, with the knowledge, with the talent, with the skills you have, is so that you can broker those things. And there's a discipline that comes with understanding that the gifts and talents that you have, they aren't minuscule, they aren't small, that they are very valuable, they create transformation. There's a discipline around being able to receive that about yourself. And it keeps you from doing things like launching with pilots, low fees, undercharging. You know what I'm saying? Even investing. And I think that a lot of times when people are investing in themselves, in their dreams, and they choose a small solution for themselves, it's because they don't have that discipline of belief, of agency in themselves. Because if you really believed that you're the bomb.com, because you are, okay? If you really believed in the capacity that everybody else tells you, or, you know, the results that you create, because most of the people I work with, they don't have a delivery of services issue. You know that if you're in front of the client right now, you could create significant results with them. So that's not what's in question. Usually it's the belief that you're worth it, the belief that it's going to work. And that's all inner game stuff, right? Like, so having the ability to be great and the discipline of it really is about being able to stand in your value, own what's great about you, not from an arrogance perspective. And I always have to qualify it this way because you have so many people who are just not comfortable being great. Why? Because you live in a world where sometimes when you are exceptional, and you're around in a world where you're giving away your skills as an exceptional person at work, sometimes you got to mute it down. And sometimes unconsciously, we don't even realize that we have just started playing a game with people that we've started to believe ourselves. And that's a whole nugget. You know, the discipline of greatness, I would also say, is being able to be proactive, not reactive, proactive. You know, it's easy when you want to react to something, like you want to make more money, or you come from this place of neediness, like I gotta have more customers or something like that. But see, the discipline of greatness is being proactive. Like people who hit and exceed their goals, they are proactive about their needs and what they need. They're not reactive. Now I'm going to talk about reactiveness, and it's going to step on your toes. And my goal is to shake your shoulders a bit. Reactiveness can look like you know what you want. You may have even had a conversation with someone around what it is that you want in terms of coaching or consulting or something like that. And instead of you being proactive and choosing powerfully and showing up, you're reactive, meaning you hide. You know, it's like hide and seek trying to deal with you. Or it could even look like you're avoidant, right, around the conversation of investing in yourself. People who want to be great have discipline around that. Like, no one has to go find me to for me to invest in myself. Like I proactively seek that which I want. And the women who I've had the great privilege to serve, they're that way. And the reason that they create success, the reason that they attract people who work that way, because they're that way. And you got to understand that you are going to attract in your business and in your life yourself. Yes, there is a part of you that's in every single person that you work with. It's just true. And if you see something that you're like, these kind of clients are coming to me, ask yourself what part of them it's in you. Are you scared? Are you afraid? Are you not investment minded? Are you desperate for the sale? Are you reactive, right, to every no that happens? Just asking, right? Are you afraid to stand in your value? Afraid to follow up? Like all of those things are things. The discipline to be great. This year could be a year like no other. But it really has to do more or less with you and your decisions on how you choose to show up. I have my team already set for the year. That's what I do. It's what I deserve. So I think the discipline to be great is really having capacity for your growth and a great capacity for it. Wanting the best for yourself and seeking that unapologetically. I think the discipline to be great around investing is equally, it's not needing the permission of others to move forward in your life. And I say this respectfully to women because I don't have any men that I've coached over the years that have ever said, I need to ask my wife. I just don't have it. The women that I work with, they have this mindset that they cannot move forward with a decision to build an amazing business, many of them, not all, without their spouse consenting. And I think you just need to think about that. If your goals ahead, I don't know, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million in business, and you are not able to be the chief decision maker for the business and talent that's calling you out, your skills, your talents, ask yourself why. Right? We're talking about the decision to be great. I'm not talking about not being consultative, of course. But when we use the people in our life as an excuse not to move forward, there's something else that's going on. And I think that's important. I wanted to do a quick live today. I didn't intentionally go live yesterday because, one, I stayed up too late. And it's just a family day, and I just enjoyed that. But I wanted to do this live just to get you to think a little bit differently. And this year, my intention is just to work with women who want it. They're just easier. They're easier for me. Okay. They're easy. Okay. Because there's nothing like working with a woman who can say yes to herself. There's nothing like working with a woman who knows she deserves it, wants the best. There's nothing like working with a woman who proactively reaches for what she wants and grabs it. She's just easier to work with. And there's nothing like working with a person who values their authenticity, who isn't trying to be a smaller version, who isn't just trying to be a smaller version of someone else. They want to be all of who they are. They recognize that the gifts that they have been given are just unique to them and distinct to them. And anyway, so if I can support you in some way, which of course I can, if you're looking to package what you do in this new year, build the brand of you, get agency around standing in your value, owning what's great about you, putting your knowledge into a structure that is high value, reach out proactively, but be ready. And ready means being ready in your mindset to go, to embrace all that there is for you this upcoming year. Readiness also means being financially ready to move forward today. Not tomorrow, not coming in 3 months, because people who really are ready right now, and they're not getting in position to get ready. They're not checking the door to see if the door opens. The door's open. You have to be able to walk through that door if you really want to evoke change in your life and in your world in this upcoming year. Real easy. You can either write clarity somewhere here in the comments where you're seeing this, and or you can always go to the link that's on this page and sign up for a session where we'll have a conversation, and I'll see how I can support you for sure in this upcoming year with crushing your goals and rocking them out. I don't think goals happen just because we write them down. We create vision boards. I just finished my vision board, which I do every year. Well, at least I started it. I think I'm probably, 85% finished. I usually add things to it as it comes to mind over the next, 30 days. And even throughout the year, I'll add additional things as I take things off that board. But if you're ready to decide for yourself, to choose yourself, I'd love to have the opportunity to speak with you and to partner with you to co-create something really amazing in this upcoming year. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.